None of these people are supposed to give legal advice, right? That's what they keep claiming, yet they keep giving me legal advice. Sending me to places that are supposedly supposed to help me. These places say that it's not their job to help me. Well, it is their job to help me. They're outright fucking lying to me. They need to stop fucking lying to me and do their goddamn jobs. They lie at me and talk over me and lie at me and talk over me. But when I finally state the law at them, when they finally allow me to do that, most of them do recognize that that is the goddamn law. They also try to intimidate me once they've been busted, trying to pretend that I might have broken the law by recording them. No, it is not against the law for me to record it. It is not against the law for me to record myself in an at-risk situation where I am trying to turn in predators and I'm likely going to be blown off statistically because I am alone, because I am a male, because I am white, because I am disabled, and because I am homeless. These dumb son of a bitches want to interrupt over and over again. Don't tell me you're fucking sorry. You don't need to fill in space and make me feel good. You need to shut up and pay attention. I get victimized everywhere I go because the people who should have done something years ago didn't. Some of them pretended like they would do those things this year, but you know what? I got more information at them that shows why, obviously, it's a bad idea than to the contrary. I'm either going to puke or I'm going to start crying again. See, the problem is that without somebody informed who can speak, see, that's what a friend or family member is supposed to do. And when you're autistic, this is the most important thing that you can have. A fucking advocate that understands you, not one that's going to talk about themselves over and over again and make excuses and procrastinate for fucking months or even years. I tell them they're supposed to turn it in right away. And all these people fucking argue with me. They don't want to do their fucking jobs. And that's how it ended up in this problem. They didn't do their jobs when I first got here. That's why I am fucking afraid of them, you pieces of shit! I am an at-risk adult, goddammit. For these people to force me to go to fucking drug addicts and goddamn alcoholics for help is fucking immoral. Got more harassment calls this morning. I can't turn them in though. Got more harassment texts this morning. Can't turn them in though, and that's the problem. Eventually I start doing it back. I'll start typing back at my predators. My little sister and my niece are still at risk from these predators. I'm gonna put it like this. These people are gonna do their jobs and put these fucking predators in prison, or I'm gonna make them put me in prison. People's lives are at risk, and if I have to break the fucking law to get them to listen, then god damn it, I will. All the questions they're asking, I'm willing to answer them. Matter of fact, that's part of me making a fucking report. But I can't do that when they make 10,000 excuses to interrupt and bully and try to make it my fault. No! You do not get to sell a false goddamn narrative! The criminals I harassed back, not sure if you know, I admitted to harassing them back. You're goddamn right, because unlike you pieces of shit, I'm not a fucking coward. I'm not allowed to be angry. See, that's the thing, is that they know what they're doing is fucking antagonistic. They're trying to antagonize you and interrupt you and make you lose your train of thought. They are intentionally doing that. They don't want to do their fucking jobs. And nobody's got the balls to stand up to the police. Supposed to meet Alexander here. I shouldn't have to rely on drug addicts. The thing is, what are the chances of Alexander showing up? They're really not that good. If he does show up, what's his work quality gonna be? He's either gonna be jonesing, which will affect his work quality, or he'll be fucked up, which will affect his work quality. The last time it didn't end up so well. It was basically just a whole bunch of me driving around to do. People don't follow through. Most of these people, when they say they're going to do something, it's just a pipe dream. But I have to rely on those people because mandated reporters aren't going to do their jobs. If they can call me mentally ill and send me around all these mentally ill places, then they need to take the crimes I'm turning into them fucking seriously. In many of these situations, there was no need to call the 911 because the cops were already fucking there. But the police blow me off and pretend that none of that happened by saying, well, next time call 911. First of all, you're giving legal advice. And inferring that I didn't call 911. Or inferring that it was a situation where 911 needed to be called. I've been bullied by cops for calling 911 in fucking front of them. I've been arrested by cops for calling 911 in front of them. So do not give me your fucking bullshit. When you are called mentally ill, they can literally just talk over you and deny you all of your rights as a human being. It's always something, isn't it? I do try my best to understand Susan's disabilities and work around them. Some of those disabilities include the fact that she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to get some sort of housing too. Trying to get some sort of something going on. I'm actually pretty good at that. For me to step out and help somebody else, I'm really good at that. These places didn't do their jobs when I first got to town. They sent me around in circles. I'm allowed to get angry when people don't do the right thing, when they take advantage of me. And I'm allowed to speak up. If the cops did their jobs, I wouldn't have to record anyone, you fucking stupid shits. If you came forward when shit happened, I wouldn't have to record it, you stupid shits. But we don't live in an honest world with honest and good people. How many of these quote-unquote good people made a call with me when it happened? How many of them can I trust to even answer the goddamn phone? How many of them are going to listen to the crime that was literally just committed instead of talking about themselves? Not a single one. I'm in a constant state of panic because I'm stuck being abused. When you force a disabled person into homelessness, they're going to be taken advantage of more than anybody else. The police will take advantage of them more than any other homeless person. Some of them they might get friendly with because they have mechanical assistance. Somebody sees the cops fucking with a guy in a wheelchair. They go, man, that's fucked up. Of course, if that's a homeless man in a wheelchair, it's a different story. You assume our guilt. The public assumes our guilt. And you don't allow us to tell our sides. My words were different than what the police wrote down. My words. Now, there are things that I said that these people wanted to pretend that I was threatening their lives because I said them. No, I didn't. They intentionally misled the situation. Leslie Snell is just one of many predators who is preying on the reputation that is undeserved because I was never allowed my rights in court against Natalie Bollinger. That reputation is used against me for the rest of my life. And anyone can harm me whenever they want, and call me mentally ill, and pretend I'm a stalker when I try to turn them in. Pretend I'm a stalker when I record evidence. Pretend I'm a monster when I speak up. All my predators gotta do is pretend they believe in Jesus, and you will eat everything they fucking up. They've made literally zero accommodations for my disabilities at every single service. Yes, legally, I am a disabled adult. They do have to make accommodations for me to safely make a fucking police report. Instead of taking advantage of my disabilities and forcing me into unsafe situations. Expensive situations. This country is disgusting, and so are you. If you came to me and told me that you were harmed, I would go in with you and help you to turn it in immediately. I get that there's a possibility that you're lying. I'm not going with you because you're telling the truth or lying. I'm going with you so that you can safely make a fucking police report. So that your rights aren't fucking violated because you're alone. You get to see all these fucking tricks these cops pulled. And how easy it was when they had assistants to prevent their body cameras from being shown. That's why I needed help recording it and a friend there with me. And that is why I record it live. Because of crimes committed by fucking police officers and people who claim to be my friends when I tried to turn in the crimes committed against me. None of them cared. They wanted to tell me about how they were too busy. Well, then you're not a friend. We could have stopped these crimes a long time ago. Yes, you could put a fucking stop to them by telling the fucking truth, but will you? No, you're pieces of shit. So I basically got to wait here all day for a drug addict. Because he might show up. But probably not. Still, he's a better worker than almost everybody else. He's definitely the best worker out of any of them that I've paid. Fuck all of you, and I do mean that. You're shitty fucking people. All of you. Can you not tell that I am having a mental fucking breakdown at all points in time? Now, the only way that I have found to apparently get through to the sheriff, it's this acting lieutenant douchebag. So what the fuck is he gonna do? Let me get my pen ready. And yeah, it does need to be 911 because my life is at risk. Pretty easy number to remember. Let's make sure I got a pen handy before I call it. And a piece of paper. Alright, I guess I could slide this pencil out a little bit, maybe use it. God, I don't even have the hand strength to open that son of a bitch.
What's 911? What's the address of your emergency?
I'm actually over at the Tillamook Library, but I was calling because this is the only way to get transferred to the sheriff's, or to the police chief's number.
Okay, so what's the address of your emergency?
The address of my emergency, it happened yesterday and the day before, and also this morning. A lot of it's online, but I need to be transferred to the police chief.
Okay, unfortunately, the police chief isn't on duty right now. I can have another officer give you a phone call. What's your address?
I'm aware that the police chief is not on duty right now. I'd like you to forward me to his answering machine.
Okay, what's your address?
My address, I'm over at the Tillamook Library parking lot, but what I'm trying to do is turn in those officers to the police chief. So I need to be transferred to the police chief, not to have one of my predators sent out here.
What officers are you trying to turn in?
All of them.
Okay, what's your first and last name?
Shawn Schwartz, SHAWN SCHWARTZ.
And your phone number?
I don't know my phone number, so there's no sense reading it back to me, but it's the number I called from.
Okay, which would be?
You can't read it on there? I told you I don't know my phone number, so there's no sense reading it back to me.
Okay, as soon as I have a supervisor available, I'll have him give you a phone call on the number that wasn't provided.
I would like to be transferred to the chief because I've already spoken with the supervisors and they have bullied me instead of doing their jobs.
Okay, unfortunately, the chief of police isn't on duty.
You already told me that, but you can transfer me to his answering machine. That was done, what was it, last night or the night before?
So you already left a voicemail on his answering machine?
Sir, more crimes have been committed against me since then that I need to turn in.
Okay, let me transfer you over to his voicemail. Please hold.
Thank you. That was not acceptable. We're going to call them again.
What's the address of your emergency?
This is Shawn Schwartz again. Instead of transferring me, you hung up.
I transfer you over to their voicemail.
Well, it didn't go to their voicemail, it just hung up.
Do you have the non-emergency phone number
Sir,
line?
please transfer me to them instead of hanging up on me. I recorded it. I recorded that that's exactly what happened. You said
Okay.
that you were going to transfer me, and then you hung
I
up. It is
did.
recorded on my YouTube channel live.
Okay, congratulations on your YouTube channel.
Sir, please stop being
Second,
condescending.
you have our non-emergency line that's tying up.
I've called the non-emergency line. Transfer me over to the sheriff instead of playing head games. This is not acceptable. You are acting in an unprofessional manner, and it is not okay for you to act like a child. You are a 911 operator.
I'm not acting like a child. So
Sir,
are you
you are
wanting
playing
sheriff,
stupid, and
or
you are acting like a child. Transfer me to the sheriff's answering machine, or to the police chief's answering machine, please.
which one would you like, the police chief or the sheriff?
The police chief.
Okay, I will transfer you again. Please hold.
Call ended. That's twice. Oh, there's a police officer just drove by. Hello?
Hi, is this Sean?
Yes, is this the acting police chief?
No, this is not. This is 911. I pushed the wrong button, so I'm calling you back.
Thank you.
Hold.
Lieutenant Nick Troxel here. You've reached my voicemail. Leave me your name, number, and a good time to call you back, and I'll do so. Take care. Bye-bye.
My name is Sean Schwartz. I've been trying to turn in your officers almost since I first got here. They've been committing a lot of crimes against me and against a lot of others, and I do have the situations with them recorded. I keep getting bullied. I was being bullied by 911 as I was trying to be transferred to you, and he messed up twice. I let him know that I was being recorded. He called back with a different attitude, thank goodness. Now, this is not acceptable. I am an at-risk and disabled adult, and reasonable accommodations have not been made for me so that I can safely turn in any of the crimes that have been committed against me without being talked over or bullied by your police officers or sent to mental health. Now, this has had detrimental effects on me and allowed a lot of predators out here to harm me repeatedly. I can't take care of myself, and I can't just keep spending all my money to run around to different mental health places. In addition, several of your officers, all of them have been involved in this, but several of your officers, including Lothman and Lotham, especially Lotham, has been instrumental in creating an unsafe situation for me and trying to bully me into moving. Every time that I have tried to call to turn in Officer Lotham, I've had to deal with situations where I was bullied by either Lotham himself, that included in the hospital in November of last year. Sir, it's been a lot of abuse. Now, my name is Sean David Schwartz, and I have a YouTube channel where I post up everything that I possibly can, but I have communication difficulties, and being forced to post it on YouTube for my safety also has its own safety risks, and those safety risks would not be there if I could trust the officers to do their jobs instead of threaten, harass, intimidate, bully, and try to blow me off and send me to someone else to do the job. When a crime is committed against me, I should be able to call the cops, be able to safely make a report, and have it actually investigated. I am an at-risk adult, and it is required by law that they do so. They don't get to just pick and choose and change the law depending on who it is. Your officers have assisted people who have physically harmed me in this town in getting away with it because instead of doing their jobs, they wanted to be Mr. Sly Guy. This cannot be happening, sir. I am scared. And it is not okay to send a rape victim to their rapist. And that is the equivalent of what has been happening every time that I have to turn in a 911 call. And I have one of your officers who committed crimes way back when I first got here come out to harass me again and talk over me again and dismiss me. I need you to call me and set up a meeting so that I can meet you with my evidence and you can assess my situation with your own two eyes and with your own ears. People have threatened my life as recently as yesterday. I still get literally hundreds of phone calls from restricted numbers, so please do not call me from a restricted number. And please be professional and understand that you are going to be recorded. If you shoot me straight, I'll shoot you straight. I mean that metaphorically, of course, as in the metaphor for honesty. That doesn't mean that I'm trying to shoot anybody. And obviously, since this is being recorded, it is a common metaphor. Please don't try to pretend that I'm threatening to shoot people. You can call me back at pretty much any time. I'm stuck alone in my vehicle, which is one of the things that makes me so at risk and so easy to victimize, and your officers know it. I need to turn in a lot of crimes that were committed against children as well. This is important. That includes a 14-year-old girl who was assaulted at the Safeway last October, and I've been trying to turn it in since it happened. It's in town. It is your jurisdiction. And it was a sheriff's deputy who assaulted her. It is still against the law for him to assault her. And I have the entire situation recorded. That girl was trying to turn in predators, and so were the two girls that were with her. Please call me back.